What up, y'all? Can you feel this Sagittarius New Moon energy already? I feel fiery. I have been dancing through this day. I have felt like Stella got her groove back mojo energy. You know what I'm talking about? That rebirth energy. And I am feeling good. I'm feeling a resurgence of inspiration and motivation and a sense of hope and expansiveness and optimism and just a second wind. Think of it as NASCAR, and we've just had a pit stop, or we're getting a pit stop, and we're getting renewed and refreshed. Ooh, music for manifesting. So before we begin, we are here for Totally Tuesday. It's our Oracle manifestation reading for the week. So every week on Tuesdays, we check in with our goals and our dreams and the things that we hope to manifest. And we touch base and see where we're at, what we need to be doing, or what do we need to be aware of? What potential can we try to harvest? And what pitfalls can we avoid? And so the first thing, and I just said I've been dancing through this day, music for manifesting. To manifest rapidly, think of what you desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. That is so powerful, just to get all of that energy flowing. And do some dancing tomorrow. The new moon is at 5:30 in the morning, and I don't know, I'm assuming that's Eastern Standard Time. So 4:30 in the morning Central Time, you can do the math for your time zone. But tomorrow, the most powerful time to start using the new moon energy is directly after the new moon, as the light, it's at its darkest, and that's when you're at a void, and when it's at a void, and when you're resetting and letting go. And then moments after the new moon is when you do your manifestation rituals and things like that. So that first day of energy is the strongest, but it really, a new moon sets the tone for the whole month. It's the seed energy for the month. It's the mirepoix. It's going to be the flavor of the month. So all of that is the most potent in the earliest stages of the becoming. And then the energy grows as the 2 weeks over the waxing cycle, and it comes to a culmination, a climax at the full moon. So tomorrow maybe would be a great day to think about your manifestations and what you desire, and really connect with that inner vision, that grand vision of your life and your new self, and put on some music that really makes you feel the vibe of what you're going for and how you want to feel, and dance around to it and think about everything that you want to manifest. And it really gets your kundalini building, and it activates your root chakra and really your sacral chakra, because you are, when you dance, you kind of have to be in a state of mutable surrender, and you have to be in flow and intuitive, and it emotes, the dance is an emotive language. So try that out. I have been seeing this card come up every time I pick up this deck. A new dawn is in my face. It kept showing up underneath the deck, and I've seen it multiple times. So I was just fine, I will let you come join us. The worst is now behind you, and positive new experiences are on the horizon. And oh my God, am I feeling that, right? It's just, even now, we're just is there going to be any progress? And that is what this new moon energy is going to feel like. It's going to feel like we can finally, the light is finally going to turn green. We've been in traffic for 20 years, and we've had to pee the whole time. Or we had coffee and a muffin, and we're Grr. So yes, the worst is behind us. It feels like we will never see the light of day again, or we will never be in a state of heavenly satisfaction ever again, but we will, and it's right around the corner. It's funny, in my Kabbalah class, I was man, I wonder when I'm going to get to the classes where we talk about the 4 phases of creation, because they're in my oracle deck and I wanted to revisit them to go deeper and, you know, tackle those. They are in flux, or they're not completely, they're not complete in the deck. And so out of nowhere, it was like my Kabbalah 4 class, we were on the classes for the 4 phases of creation. And so it's in phase 1 that we have this like passive desire where we kind of get a taste of something and we're like, oh yeah, that'd be a good idea. But we don't really want to go like put ourselves out of our comfort zone to get it. It's like, oh, that'd be nice to get in shape, but I'm not really motivated yet. You know, I don't really feel like it or whatever. Phase 2 is when, like, to get out of phase 1, what you have to do is identify what's keeping you stuck in phase 1. Is it self-doubt? Is it like fear? Is it lack? Like, what is the thing or the belief or the behavior that is keeping you in phase 1 that you could grow to overcome? Now, it could be something that you need for your growth that's in a seemingly unrelated area of your life, that it could be connected, but like instinctually, what is that step that you need to take to really actually make an effort to overcome whatever part of you that's holding you back? And so phase 2 is that you take on this like pursuit of this desire. You are overcoming your weaknesses and shortcomings. You're sharing outside of your comfort zone, meaning you're going against your comfortable nature, or you're not taking the lazy way out with yourself. Like if you usually shy away from confrontation or whatever, it's like you're being asked to like, you know, be more like direct in your communication and be assertive without being, you know, unhealthy or out of balance, right? You're being asked to bring certain areas of your life into balance. And so in phase 2, it's like, you're like, okay, I suddenly have an active desire to share, to give, to actually go through this process of earning, of trying, of making an effort, of pursuing this goal. Now, phase 3 comes in and it asks for your absolute commitment, because in phase 3, you're like, okay, I did the thing, I took the action, I was brave, I opened myself up, I put myself out there, I, you know, forgave my father or my mother or whatever it is. Like, you made the sacrifice, you did the big act, the big heroic act that was supposed to be the big answer, right? And then in phase 3, it's like, oh, I did all this and nothing is working. Nothing is paying off. I'm not seeing any results. And so the challenge in phase 3 is to be like, okay, I surrender the outcome because it really doesn't look like it's going to happen. Like, or it, like you really believe like, okay, well, I failed, or this isn't coming true. And it's like, you're at that point, you're like, okay, well, I'm still going to show up and like give and like make an effort and keep moving forward and keep my heart open for, you know, this to come in another form or at another time, or maybe it's not in, you know, the will of my, you know, maybe it's not the divine will for me or whatever, but it's about accepting whatever, like, letting the chips fall where they may, but then actually being like, nope, I'm going to still give an effort to this. I'm going to let go. I'm going to be like, okay, God, or, you know, whatever, angels, if this isn't meant for me, like take it out of my path or whatever, but I'm going to put in maximum effort spiritually, emotionally, physically, literally. I'm going to put in effort at every end, even though it doesn't look like I'm going to get anything return. So you're sharing for the sake of not only for receiving for the self alone at this point, but you're sharing for the sake of sharing the light, of sharing something that's bigger than you that you still want to give to, even if you don't know for sure whether it's going to give back. Also, it's like the desire for that goal is still alive in you and well. And so it's like, you're like, okay, I surrender my expectations of what I want and what I think I need. And it would be nice if I get this, but if I don't, like, that's okay too, but I'm still going to give or whatever and just see what happens. Let's see where the chips fall where they may. And so usually it's in that point. And it's also like you have to be able to like do the changes that need to be made in you or whatever, because a lot of the times the thing that keeps you in phase 3 and 2 is like a stubbornness or an unwillingness to take this certain action that you know you're supposed to, or an unwillingness to change, or you're like doubling down in the same thing that's keeping you stuck, like stubbornness, or like being like Like you're not seeing that it's like instead of doubling down where you are, you're being asked to like make like a 180 turn and then double down, you know? So just be aware, be willing. All right. All right. Playtime. The dolphins know the importance of playing as joy creates miracles and manifestations. Guys, we've gotten this card a lot for the past few months. So make sure that whatever you are doing right now, especially when you are doing things that have to do with your goals, make sure that when you're taking those actions, you're in a state of joy and positivity. I mean, look at our message so far. It's like, get pumped, get primed in a state of like high energy, positive expectation, fluid movement. Like the worst is behind you, a new day is coming. Play, have fun, follow your bliss. Make sure that you're cultivating a sense of joy and abundance and like lightheartedness. And it's really like making you magnetic. Contemplation time, spend time alone meditating upon what you truly desire. Yes, so make sure you're really super clear on your desire and you're stoking that fire within yourself. The manifestation can't come through if there's no desire. And there's nothing to push you to do what it takes to be persistent enough to bring in that manifestation if it doesn't have, like if it's not in alignment with your true desire and if you don't truly desire it. Synchronicity also fell over, and yes, so pay attention to synchronicities that keep showing up around your manifestation and maybe just take that as a sign. Those signs are pointing you in the right direction. So watch for synchronicities. Sometimes the synchronicities come a whole lot and they like show you all these signs, knowing that there's like going to be this dark moment where it's going to appear as though your manifestation is not coming through. And those signs came so that you have something to hold on to during that time of inactivity when it looks like it's not going to happen, right? It's like, it's that thing that plant seeds of hope that you remember, that you can't forget. So just know that your prayers have been heard, that right now it's not about pushing. It's about surrender, and it's about allowing, and it's about going and having fun, getting lost in play, getting your vibration high and getting lost in that vibe, and then just following your instincts and seeing where they take you, but also use your discernment and your wisdom. Yeah, you guys, well, very fun. I'm excited. One of my favorite cards in this deck for sure, A New Dawn. All right, y'all. Well, I am going to actually film our new moon oracle and tarot workshop tonight and start the upload because the new moon is early in the morning. So I want, if you can, to be able to watch it tonight if it uploads in time. If not, I want it to be ready for the morning for you guys. All right, well, y'all be good, but not too good. Ciao.